Dear students, I, Mr. Vishal Shah, Assistant Professor, Krishna Institute of Pharmacy, welcome you all to this third session on benzene and its derivatives. Now, before this lecture, we have started with the structure of benzene. In that structure of benzene, we have seen the how different evidences were obtained for cyclic structure of benzene, and on the basis of that, structure of benzene was proposed by the Kekulé scientist. Now, which facts he has considered? Benzene is having a ring. It consisting of 6 carbon atoms and 6 hydrogen atom, and there is a presence of 3 double bonds. So by considering all these facts, the whatever the structure that Kekulé proposed, that structure was like this, where you can see 6 carbon atoms are there. To each carbon atom there is a presence of 1 hydrogen atom, and alternate 3 double bonds are present. So all these facts that we have observed were fitted to this structure, but this structure doesn't explain the chemical behavior of the benzene. Now what is the chemical behavior of benzene? Means later on, this whatever the structure is there, this structure is also having certain objections, that it does not explain the chemical behavior of the benzene. Now what is that chemical behavior? Now already we have seen that the benzene does not give addition reaction. In second point we have seen that the benzene does not give addition reactions like reaction with the bromine. Also it does not react with the potassium permanganate. So it does not behave like a alkene. But actually what happens, now here you can observe this particular reaction where benzene on reaction with bromine in presence of FeBr3, now it should give what we are expecting, it should give two different products, and which are the isomers of the each other. Isomers means what? These are the compounds which are having the same molecular formula but different structural arrangement or the different structures. Now here you can see, as when this bromine is added, it should be added to first this particular carbon atoms where the double bond is there, because when double bonds are there, out of this double bond, one is sigma, other one is pi, and when these pi bonds are there, these pi bonds are easy to break. So bromine should attack on the carbon atoms in which there is a presence of double bond is there. Also it should give another isomer in which it should attack on the carbon atoms where single bond is there. So this what we are expecting. But whatever the structure that Kekulé has proposed, this chemical behavior is not explained by that particular structure, because we know benzene when undergo the reaction with bromine in presence of FeBr3, it gives only one substituted product. So for that purpose, to overcome this advantage, what Kekulé has suggested, that the whatever these double bonds are there, these double bonds are continuously rotating over that carbon skeleton. So means the whatever double bonds are there, they are continuously circulating and they are present in alternate position, and they move so fast that whatever the approaching bromine is there, that does not identify to which double bond it should attach, and due to which what happens, as it is not unable to identify the double bond, it gives only one product. And on the basis of that, Kekulé has proposed benzene is considered as this compound and also this compound, where only the difference is the arrangement of this particular double bonds that is present. This is also known as the electronic structure of that particular benzene, and on the basis of that, this particular structure which clarifies whatever the chemical behavior of that particular benzene, and after that this particular structure was approved and it is considered as a structure for the benzene. So from identification of benzene in 1825, this particular structure was derived or accepted in 1865. Means you can assume or you can consider how much that 40 years of time was required to derive the structure of that particular benzene, and which is the correct one, which explains all its properties. Now also, why these two structures are possible? These two structures are nothing but the resonating structures or the resonance structures. What is the meaning of resonance structure? That we will see next. So this is about the structure of benzene, where we have considered how we have derived the structure of benzene. Molecular formula, straight chain structure is not possible. Then we have seen different evidences for the cyclic structure of benzene, and then later we have seen Kekulé structure of benzene. Here only you can remember this reaction. Actually here what we are expecting, bromine either add to these carbon atoms where double bond is there, and either bromine should add to these carbon atoms where there is a presence of carbon-carbon single bond. But actually practically this is not happening, and for that purpose Kekulé said that these double bonds are not fixed, they are continuously rotating, and due to which bromine cannot identify which double bond it should attack. It should behave like a same. Now next point that we are going to discuss is resonating structures of the benzene. Now what is the meaning of resonance structure? Now in earlier slide we have seen that the Kekulé has proposed two structures of the benzene, in which the difference is only the position of this double bond is different. Now what is the meaning of resonance and resonating structure? The phenomenon in which two or more structures can be written for a substance which involve identical position of atoms is called as the resonance. Means here the position of atoms is identical, all carbon atoms are placed at the same position, but only difference is that whatever the double bonds are there, they are placed at the different position, and due to which we will get the different structure. So we can write down two or more structure for a single compound by keeping the position of the atoms same. These particular structures are known as the resonating structure, or this phenomenon is known as the resonance phenomenon. Now the actual structure of benzene or the molecule is said to be a resonance hybrid. Means actually benzene does not exist in this structure, because within fractions these particular double bonds are rotating. That's why this particular structure is hybrid of this particular both A and B structure, which is known as the resonance hybrid. So this is the most stable as compared to this A structure and B structure. This A structure and B structure is also known as the canonical structures or resonating structure, and hybrid of this particular compound is known as the resonance hybrid. So means first time the phenomenon of resonance was explained by Kekulé on the depending upon the structure of benzene. So this is known as the resonance structure of benzene. Now also when X-ray diffraction study or X-ray analysis of the structure of benzene was carried out, it was shown that whatever the double bonds or the single bonds are present in the benzene, they are having the equal bond length, that is the 1.4840 angstrom units. Means you can say depending upon the double bond character, all these double bonds are having equal length, means they are same. Because normally what happens, if we compare the carbon-carbon single bond, in that case the length of that bond is 1.54 in case of alkanes, while in case of the alkenes the bond length is 1.34. When the bond length is same, then you can say that particular compound is having the same nature of the bond. But here you can say whatever the bonds that are present in the benzene, they are lying between the 1.4 and 1.34. Means they are behaving not as a alkane as well as not as a alkene, though they are consisting of single bond as well as the double bond. So whatever the facts that Kekulé has proposed, these are also supported by this particular resonating structure of the benzene or X-ray analysis of the benzene, that the benzene is having 6-membered ring, which and whatever the double bonds are there, these double bonds are continuously circulating, and due to which the bond length of that particular carbon-carbon atoms are present. Otherwise, if these double bonds are not circulating, carbon-carbon single bond will should have a different bond length, and carbon-carbon double bond should have a different bond length. So on the basis of this, resonating structure of that benzene can be explained. Next we are going to discuss is orbital structure of benzene. Means these are the different theories which will explain the structure of different compounds. So out of that, one is resonance theory, other one is the orbital theory. So orbital structure of benzene can be explained on the basis of this diagram. Now this is also very important. Now here you can see, here we can get a detailed structure of the benzene, in which you can see here this is your carbon atom which is connected to the one hydrogen atom. Also it is connected to the neighboring two carbon atoms. Now all carbon atoms that are present in the given benzene structure, all they are having a sp2 hybridized state. sp2 hybridized state means what? One s orbital and two p orbitals that are involved, and it is having a one unhybridized p orbital. Now all carbon atoms that are present in the given structure of benzene, they are having a sp2 hybridized state. So here as you see, here I have written all these are sp2 hybridized orbitals. Now each carbon atom is connected to the hydrogen atom. So here there is a presence of a sigma bond between carbon and hydrogen. Here this diagram as you see over it, it shows sigma bond formation in the benzene. Here I have not written a double bond anywhere. So all these bonds are single bond. How these single bonds are formed? Whatever these single bonds that are formed, all these single bonds are formed by the overlapping of the sp2 hybridized orbitals. So one sp2 orbital of this carbon atom will overlap with the sp2 hybrid orbital of this carbon atom, which leads into the formation of carbon-carbon sigma bond. And here in case of s orbital that is present in the hydrogen is forming a axial overlapping with the sp2 hybridized orbital of this carbon atom, which leads into the formation of the carbon hydrogen sigma bond. Means there are presence of two sigma bonds. One is between carbon and hydrogen, and other one is between carbon and carbon atom. Now all these orbitals, means this bond angle hydrogen, carbon, carbon, all these bond angles are at 120 degrees Celsius. As we have seen, what is the bond length that is present in the benzene? That is the 1.4. While the whatever the bond angle is there, that bond angle is 120 degrees Celsius. And so there are two types of sigma bonds are present. One is between the carbon-carbon and other one is the carbon and hydrogen. Means this orbital structure theory will give you idea about the how sigma bonds are formed. One thing, all sigma bonds are formed by axial overlapping of the p orbitals. Now here you can see how axial, here this p orbital and this p orbital will overlap with each other in this direction. This is known as the axial overlapping, and which leads into the formation of the sigma bonds. While here also you can see s orbital will overlap axially during along with this axis. That's why it is known as the axial overlapping. Here also you can see both carbon atoms, the whatever the p orbitals that are present in the both carbon atoms, they are forming a axial overlapping. In this way, the two types of the sigma bonds that are formed, one is carbon hydrogen, other one is the carbon carbon sigma bonds. Okay, so in this lecture we have seen the how the resonating structure of the benzene is derived, how the structure that was proposed by the Kekulé is supported, and also in case of orbital structure, the how sigma bonds are formed. Now in next video tutorial we will see how the pi bonds that are formed for the benzene. Thank you.